My question was about the recharge. Uh, you mentioned at the beginning again this topic of burnout, and I believe this is pretty important to have something outside of the work that lets you clear the mind and everything. So I'm just interested to hear from you. How do you guys recharge to take the most of this time between work and work, I would say?
Yeah, man. I wish I had a good answer to that. I wish I had like actual hobbies that were not just learning stuff. Uh like for me, recharging is just I so my way of recharging is typically, man, like I live a very regimented type of life, right? I like to, 4 a.m., 8 a.m. do my thing, then go for a walk, and then l- be extremely regimented. And my way of recharging is just to completely destroy the routine and just live how I want, right? And I've been doing that for like the last since the last few weeks, really, since I've been off work, and that's been helpful for me. Removing all pressures from myself and just waking up when I want to sleep, like waking up and sleeping in, not, I don't want to say when I want, because it's very fluid on how I do things now. So I guess that's one way I recharge, is just to completely destroy all of my routines and regimented lifestyle and build it back up. I find I do that very often when I need to recharge. Is it might just be like a week out of the month, I'll just completely just stop being so regimented and then just build it back up. So that's my way of recharging, is just destroying and then coming back. I'd love to hear what other people do. Austin, how about you?
Yeah, this is a good question. I think I like Tor's answer, just do something different, try new things. And I think to even expand on that, is like talk to people who do different stuff and have a different set of concerns and a different set of things that are making them struggle. And I feel very fortunate that I'm in a wonderful relationship with my partner who is just ready to engage in all those things. And I find that sometimes like trying to help her kind of work through the things she's struggling with gives me energy to like go back and sort of solve my own problems that I'm dealing with. And then I would say this, like anything you can do to kind of dissolve your ego a little bit. Like, and I say that just like in the not in like you're egotistical. I just mean like in the sense of like the self thing that just like creates all these um, like constraints that are sort of artificial on you. So anything you can do to kind of just like dissolve that, whether it's like, and I mean like like I think Auntie's talking about reading fiction, just like anything that sort of takes you out of yourself. Because I think like the feeling of being just so drained is I feel that when I'm so internally focused and just like spinning over my problems that I can't solve over and over and over and over again. So whatever I can do to sort of just like dissolve the ego. Some ways of doing that I think are healthier than others, obviously. It's a subtle distinction from like escapism. I'm not suggesting escapism necessarily. It's more of just like figuring out ways to put yourself in the context of others, your surroundings, something outside of yourself is like super important for me to see that like, oh yeah, shit, this world is actually just bigger than like my little fucking desk here that I sit at 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or whatever it is. Like whatever it is that makes sense for you to do, that I think is helpful for me at least.
Yeah, absolutely love that. I think that's kind of very much in line with what I was saying when I'm at like kind of destroying the routine and like just disintegrating all that and just building it back up. I like that a lot. Tor, what about you, man? And then if anybody else would like to jump in here, let me know. But Tor, go for it.
uh, Recharging, joining this group has been recharging for me. I mean, in the sense that it's, like I said in my comment, it's just way out of my comfort zone. This is a complete different field, ML, AI, all of these things. But so it kind of gives me that other input. And sometimes I find it very relevant to what I do. And if it doesn't, then it's still relevant because I'm learning something. So that's one way. The other way I go and really recharge, for me, recharging is taking my old car and go for a long drive and just blast the music. And, it's really to disconnect. Unfortunately, I have a brain that works 24/7. So for me, music, watching TV, whatever it is, just to stop the brain from working on problems or anything. That's the key. And ask me after watching a TV show what I watched, I will not be able to give you an answer because it's just images passing by, keeping the brain processing something that's not work related or projects or other things I got going on at any given time.
I love that too, man. Actually, I love driving. So there's, a couple times where I'll, just hop in the car and just drive around just to listen to some music and just, you know, f- I'll go fast as well. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Auntie's talking about likes to run, do some cleaning, which is what he's doing right now. He says Auntie's, or rather, Austin says the word recharge kind of suggests plugging back in somewhere, but I can often be breaking down those connections, allowing yourself the space to create new associations, etc. I like that a lot too. Um, there's a point about cleaning up. So like Jordan Peterson talks about this, like just clean up your room, right? Just clean up your room, and it's like a part of the cosmos that you have control over, that you can come home to, that you can come to grips with. It's like your space. You can make it beautiful. You can do what you want with it. That's quite helpful as well. I've actually done that too, as well as just start doing some dishes, right? Just plug in some earphones and listen to something. Just do some dishes and get right into it. Mark is joining us at the right moment. Mark, what's going on, man? Mark, would love to hear your question. Sorry, your response to this question from Christoph. Christoph is asking us, what do you do to recharge?
My favorite thing right now, my job for like swag gave us a hammock, like a nylon hammock. And at first I was like, this is random, but I bought like a used hammock, portable hammock holder from Amazon for like $30. And like chilling on the hammock with like reading a book, the most relaxing thing ever. So like if the weather's nice, that's like what I'm doing at 5 o'clock. That's like the first thing I'm doing.